Good evening, FSU. I'm student meteorologist David Van Loo, here to give you a live look at Doak Campbell Stadium. Now again, we have temperatures at 68 and a beautiful sunset underway with some wind out of the west-southwest at 22. So if you've been feeling some windy conditions, definitely that's the reason. Temperatures around the board sitting around 68, with your hot spot being Valdosta up here at 72. But overall, we're pretty cool for the area. Our live local radar, we're not seeing anything as of lately, just a couple of scattered thunderstorms off to our west, but nothing affecting us in the moment. Tonight, temperatures are going to plummet. We're seeing temperatures at 43. The wind will die down, however, so if you've been experiencing that breezy conditions, hopefully they'll die down, but again, temperatures will be cold tonight. And if we want to take a look at some of our headlines, this is our last Wednesday show before spring break. It's coming up very soon. We also have some severe weather passing through, along with our Beach of the Week. More of that to come on FSU Weather.
Happy Wednesday, Tallahassee. This is student meteorologist Chris Malavey here with your Wednesday edition of FSU Weather, where our big story today has been this low pressure system, which has brought the threat for severe weather throughout the southeastern U.S. We did have a severe thunderstorm warning around 5 a.m. this morning that did move pretty quickly through Tallahassee, but now that enhanced risk for severe weather is really concentrated here in North Carolina. As you take a look at our radar, we do have a tornado watch in effect just to the east of Raleigh over here, and you can see we have this squall line of heavy showers and thunderstorms moving through the area, pushing towards the Atlantic coastline. And as you take a look at our temperatures across the board, pretty mild conditions, but our cool spot here is up towards Nashville at 40 degrees, where we do also see some showers over in Atlanta, and Florida just staying quite nice and toasty as we look towards spring break. But if you did notice that it was a bit breezy today, I know my hair was getting messed up quite a bit today. Our wind gusts were in the low 20s. Look at this, 21 miles an hour here in New Orleans, 25 in Memphis. So it was definitely quite breezy today. And it definitely made things feel a little bit cooler outside after that front move through. But we do have another rainmaker on the way looking towards this weekend as we start spring break. We see those clouds begin to roll in Friday morning into much of the southeast, and our temperatures even begin to dip into the 30s in Jackson and 35 over here in Little Rock. So definitely starting to feel some of those more wintertime temperatures, beginning to see that cool down associated with that low pressure system that had moved through the area. And for tomorrow's forecast, you expect just a little bit warmer temperatures, but mostly mild. We can see Shreveport, 69 degrees, pretty mild temperatures for all around the area, but honestly looking like pretty great weather to start off your spring break. You can see sunny skies really for much of the southeast, 61 degrees in Montgomery, 66 in Tallahassee. So Friday looks like a great day to kickstart your spring break, but do be aware that our next rainmaker is arriving on Saturday, so make sure to pack an umbrella with you, maybe if you're heading to the beaches. And now we're going to zoom in a little bit here on our lifestyle in Tallahassee with Jordan.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. So if you look around what's happening in Tallahassee right now, it really is a beautiful day. You would have never guessed, if you weren't up at this morning bright and early, that there have been pretty thunderstorms and lots of rain that moved through the area, because right now we're just looking at really clear skies all throughout. So that storm moved through pretty quickly throughout the morning and just left us with a beautiful day today. And you can see that is happening not just here in Tallahassee, but also down near the coast at Shell Point Beach. It is just another beautiful day to be outside. It's 68, mostly sunny, so this is the kind of day where you do want to be getting outside. And while our humidity is not that high, so our hair cast, it might be a little bit sleek. However, don't be fooled, because it is quite windy out there. So while your hair might not be frizzy, it is definitely going to get blown around. I know today when I was walking around, I had to put my hair up quite a bit because it was just getting blown all over the place, because we have had a lot of wind following that storm. So tomorrow we're going to see that while the cold front didn't bring those cold temperatures in today, tomorrow that's when we're going to be seeing it. So tomorrow we're looking at 65 Still sunny though, so we're still going to get some nice weather to be enjoying. And we're really going to see those cold temperatures happening with this low. So in the morning, 44 degrees if you're getting up at 7 a.m. And while it's going to be sunny, we're not going to feel that warmth, especially like we did for the past couple days. So then it's only going to warm up to 55 by 11. So you might want to jacket on if you're walking your dog or just out in the morning. And while those storms may have moved out, we're definitely seeing that spring weather have an impact with us on this pollen. So ragweed and tree pollen, that is pretty high right now. Luckily, our grass pollen isn't too bad, but you know, you might be experiencing those allergies. And tomorrow for the poolcast, the weather's going to be great. I don't know about the temperatures. It might be a little chilly. I consider that pretty cold for getting out there and going to the pool. And then we can see those temperatures really just going all over the place. So cooling, then warming, and then this weekend we'll be looking forward to that rain that's going to be coming through. So Saturday and Sunday, we see another chance for some storms all throughout the area. But I know that while it might not be the warmest weather here, there might be other beaches where it might be a little bit warmer.
That's right, Jordan. So for our beach of the week this week, we have Miami. Miami, beautiful. It's sunny all the time there, and it's the south point of Florida. If we take a look at our current temperature, it's actually 80 degrees and partly cloudy. I'm not sure why it's raining, but definitely not seeing any rain for the Miami area with a little bit of wind out of the west-southwest. Our current conditions, we're just seeing a little bit of clouds march through, but again, nothing too severe with a maybe spot shower in downtown Miami. But otherwise, everything is pretty much dry. We're staying pretty clear for the area itself. Our temperature almanac, today's temperature is pretty close to the average. We saw about 79 to 80 in the area, which again, 80 is our average, and just a little shy of a record of 91 back in 2020, but if you've noticed anything, we are definitely trending in the upward direction of temperature averages. Again, if we want to take a look at some of the temperatures around the coast, as you work your way up, it's a little bit more warm, but then again, Miami's at 81, Fort Lauderdale 82, and Boca is your warm spot at 84. But then again, we're seeing awesome conditions for this time of year. And then our day planner, if you plan on waking up early, that's not for me. 64 for you folks there in Miami. And then as you work your way towards noon, temperatures will climb up to about 71 with, I think, 74 being your high spot at 5 p.m. So otherwise, no rain is on the board, so we're going to be seeing some excellent conditions for that. And again, as I mentioned, our futurecast, tomorrow's going to make out for a beautiful day there for those folks in Miami. Not a cloud in the sky, so take advantage of that. And like I said, that UV is going to be high. Water temperature is still a little bit cold, but then again, UV is all that matters these days, am I right? And then if you want to take a look at our weekend forecast, we're making out for a beautiful weekend here in Miami with 86 being your hot spot, but showers should be arriving on Monday. But other than that, I'm looking forward to a weekend in Miami. Chris, why don't you tell me what's happening around the country?
That's right, David. So I know we just had that severe weather system move through the southeastern U.S., but honestly, the rest of the country is looking quite different. We do have some more cooler temperatures up north, Bismarck at 38 degrees and Minneapolis at 31. But the main story, most of the country seeing very, very dry conditions. Our dew points are even in the single digits here in Bismarck at 7. A little bit more moisture over here in San Francisco and Los Angeles in the 40s and 50s. And then because we do have that system moving through the area, we see a bit more moisture towards the coast, especially 57 in Washington, D.C. As you take a look at that radar, here is our severe weather system that is moving off towards the Atlantic coast there. We still have that enhanced risk for severe weather. While as we look towards the west, we can see that we do have some showers in the Sacramento Valley. So that could create some flood problems because they are under an extreme drought warning right now. So that's definitely something to be aware of. And we also have the chance for some freezing rain and just some wintry mix up here in parts of Nevada. And as we kind of zoom in on that system, so the areas that are being affected right now, this system is really going through Norfolk right now. New Jersey is really starting to get into this rain action. And same thing with New York, that system is really beginning to move in. So if you ask me, I'd say it's just best to stay inside. Or if you do have to commute, or maybe you're getting home from work, make sure that you have an umbrella with you. And that system should be moving into Boston within the next several hours. But as you take a look at our surface map, here's our low pressure system. This is what's bringing us all of this rain along the eastern seaboard. And as we look towards the west, high pressure dominating the region, which is why we're feeling so dry right now. And then all this rain over here in Southern California and even a little bit in Arizona, that is associated with our low pressure system. So with all of this rain in the forecast, we can see that our hot spots really going to be up here into Maine, even a little bit further north than that, where some places could be seeing 3 to 5 inches of rain. Looking to the west, though, mostly anywhere from half an inch to a little over an inch of rain for many portions across the west. As we look into the future, look at all this snowfall that is really going to be making its way through Salt Lake City and Denver, and even places like Los Angeles. They're going to be getting rain, but it's definitely something they will be needing down there. And then looking towards the east, that system should be moving off towards the coast. For tonight's temperatures, we do have a cool down on the way. We have our temperatures in the 20s, a little bit more towards the north. And looking to the east, look at this. In the southeastern U.S., temperatures are back in the 40s. So definitely want to layer up if you're going out tonight. For tomorrow, you expect a little bit cooler temperatures than what we saw today, but definitely looking like pretty nice weather to just really kick off spring break here. And now we're going to go to Jordan. We're going to kind of zoom back in here on Tallahassee. What can we expect going into spring break?
Well, as we finish up these last few days of school, we can expect some very nice weather. You could see behind me that Doak was just looking beautiful. It's looked like that for most of the day, and that's what it's going to look like for today and for the next couple days throughout the week. And you can see right now we're all pretty much sitting around 68 degrees all throughout the region. It's pretty mild outside, but that wind might definitely help you cool down a little bit because of how windy it is after that system moved through. And with that cold front, we also saw that our dew points dropped off quite a bit, so we're seeing pretty dry air all throughout the region. Of course, a little bit closer to the coast where you're close to the water, you can see those slightly higher dew points, maybe a little bit muggier, but in general, it's just very dry all throughout the Tallahassee area. And you can see that it's not only dry, but it is clear all throughout Tallahassee. We are looking at clear skies, beautiful conditions outside. No more of those storms. They moved through this morning and we called it quits after that. But while we did see the clouds move out, the thing that moved in was this wind. So here in Tallahassee, wind speeds at 22 miles per hour. All throughout the region, you can really see that these they're these high wind speeds, so 23, 20. It's just blowing around all out there. That's just because of that cold front that moved through. And then heading into tomorrow, we might see a few clouds pop up, but it's just going to be really general again, just like what we saw today. Although one difference that we're going to see is these temperatures. So we're going to see quite a bit of a cool off. Those temperatures are going to drop down quite a bit. So we're going to be right below 50. So back in the 40s again. So just a really big cool off. You are going to need your coat. And tomorrow afternoon, while we were seeing those warm temperatures, we're going to see them drop off just like I was saying. So our high is really just around 64 pretty much throughout this entire region. So we're going to be seeing those cooler temperatures than what we were used to for the past few days. And for the next few days, we have a lot to be looking forward to. So we have spring break coming up in 3 days, end of winter. And while some of us aren't looking forward to it, graduation is just 58 days away. But while we get closer to spring break, we can see that the weather's kind of fluctuating all over the place. So 66, and then it warms up to 73, and then we have our storms move through again, and then clearing up as we head further into the break. But it's going to be beautiful weather here for the next few days, Chris and David.
That's right. I know I am super looking forward to spring break here for all this beautiful weather, especially the next 2 days. But if you are heading out maybe to the beaches, especially here in the Florida Panhandle, you definitely want to bring an umbrella with you, as we do expect some showers and thunderstorms to roll through the area with this next low pressure system this weekend.
Yeah, that's right, Chris. Definitely just be prepared for that. Everyone at FSU, take the precautions necessary, but I'm definitely looking forward to spring break. It can't come any sooner.
I know, right? Well, make sure to follow us here on X at FSU Weather.
And make sure to like us on Facebook at FSU Weather.
And be sure to check out our Instagram page at FSU Weather.
And subscribe on YouTube at FSU Weather.
And of course, make sure to follow us on TikTok at FSU Weather. And now here's one last look at your week ahead.